Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Doug Haney, and I'll be speaking with Brenda Tenniswood. Today's show is sponsored by Women's Life. I am so excited today to be talking to Brenda Tenniswood from the RESA. Great to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, tell us a little bit about why you're here today.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here. I'm very proud superintendent of RESA, but I'm here to talk specifically about our new HVAC program, which is made possible through a grant through the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about where this grant comes from, the foundation, and how that happened.
So I think one of the greatest highlights of our area and our community are partnerships, right? And so that's certainly a tenet that RESA we hold near and dear, working with others, whether it's our local district. And why I say that is none of this would have been possible without those partnerships. And so we partnered with Randy Meyer at the Community Foundation. He was kind of our entryway to the Wilson Foundation. But the grant, the foundation was created by the former owner of the Buffalo Bills, really philanthropic-minded gentleman who wanted to give back to the communities. And he had a tie to southeastern Michigan. So his foundation does grants to local entities in southeastern Michigan as well as in New York, the New York area.
Okay, and so you applied for this grant because you saw a need, what was going on?
Yeah, so one of the greatest challenges at Tech, so our Career Technical Education Center is we have a lot of students who are interested in coming, actually more than we can accommodate. This past year we had over 1,000 students enrolled in between our AM and PM session. So we've been really working diligently to try to add program offerings. Most recently we added a law and public safety program in conjunction with Port Huron Area School District, but we knew that there was need, particularly in construction and welding. So there's a lot of student need. We also did a deep dive in terms of workforce development, job projections, what's a field that are going to be likely job openings. And so we've done a lot of work around those areas. We also, at the same time, had an infrastructure project that was going on. Our buildings are 50 years old, Tech and Woodland, so we are going to be doing a 50th anniversary this fall.
Amazing.
Which is a great testament to the maintenance department at St. Clair County RESA. Yeah, but also we knew we needed to invest in some infrastructure. So as part of that analysis, when we went out for bid for some of the work, we looked at renovating an interior space in our High Bay area so that we could add an HVAC program. And when the bids came back, it was a considerable amount of money. And so we didn't shelve it, but we kind of put that project on pause. And then after a trip with the Community Foundation to Buffalo, where we realized that the Wilson Foundation is very supportive of workforce development, especially for young people, we thought there might be a tie. So with Randy Meyer's assistance, we reached out to the Wilson Foundation, had a lovely initial meeting. Leslie Murphy, our CTE director, did a phenomenal job of being a strong ambassador. Great meeting. Really proud to share everything around student need and interest in St. Clair County. At the end of that meeting, the program officer, Kate Partington, very gently said, you know, we normally don't fund capital projects. And at that point, we were like, this was a great opportunity to share how proud we are of St. Clair Tech, how much we are invested in supporting young people in St. Clair County, but thank you for the time. Didn't expect anything come of it. Fast forward, 6 months later, 7 months later, we successfully were awarded a grant from the Wilson Foundation, which we are incredibly appreciative of.
So amazing. And what a neat way to combine a need the tech program has physically, and then also now adding this new program. Tell us, what can a student expect that might join this program?
Students are going to have an amazing experience. So like all of our other tech programs, aligned to core competencies in the workforce. So it's hands-on. So students are going to have an opportunity to learn about heating, cooling, air conditioning, and some of the, I think, similar programs at Tech, a little bit of welding, some metal machining. It's all embedded within this program. And one of the reasons why we selected this program is the skills and competencies certainly align with HVAC, but there's some career clusters that are adjacent. So it will enable our students to really gain some great employability skills, whether they're interested in HVAC or another field that's aligned.
That's so awesome. And is there a timeline about when this will all kind of happen, so we kind of have an idea of what to keep looking out for?
Yes, while we're celebrating that we received the grant, we are also very intentionally, furiously planning. So the goal is by next fall, so fall of 2027, we will be welcoming an AM and a PM cohort of juniors in the county to start learning about HVAC.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for coming and joining us and telling us about this program, Brenda. We're so excited about it, and thank you for joining us today on Spotlight.